I am Mom Manager Glow on all platforms, and these are my two daughters, Sahara and Semaj. I should say Semaj first because she's the oldest, so Semaj and Sahara. Semaj is 25, Sahara is 14.
Got my ages.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say your age?
I didn't know.
Oh, crap, I'm sorry.
I didn't know. It's fine.
Dang, y'all, I messed up already. No, you can keep it.
Yeah.
We keep, this is unscripted, so this is staying. So, yes, but you still, Semaj, you look so young. Nobody's not going to believe you're 25. And Sahara, well, I always tell your age. Your age is on your Instagram.
She's fine.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you don't tell your age.
Really? For what?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, I'm proud to have a 25-year-old daughter because I look 25, so whatever. Anyway, so everybody, not everybody, but if you don't know, I'm Mom Manager Glow. I have a mom and daughter niche, Philly mom content creator niche. And I started this podcast because although I do have this niche, and it was so ironic that Semaj's cousin, Shakur, which is my nephew, we spent time together 2 weeks ago, and he asked me had I ever been on a podcast, and I told him no. He was like, why? I said, because although I do have content that is inspiring, I don't feel like I did anything impactful. So I didn't know, like, to me, it's like, what would I get on a podcast and talk about? I am a social media manager. I do create content, very good content, might I add. However, what am I getting on a podcast to discuss? I wanna put something out into the world that is impactful. So about 2 months ago, I was watching a very good show. It's actually a documentary called Number One on the Call Sheet. And when I was watching this particular documentary, these are all famous actors and actresses. And when I was watching it, they were all talking about the people that came before them and the people that's gonna come after them. And by the end of it, I was crying. It's so inspiring. If you're a creator, you have to watch this. It's so inspiring. It made me think like, okay, I'm creating these vlogs, and I know that I get a lot of women, girls, teenagers, no matter what, they comment on my social media posts and they say things like, oh, I wish I had a relationship like you have with your daughters, or I wish me and my mom relationship was the same, or daughters may comment, or moms may comment, but it's always a comment to that effect. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm doing these vlogs and I see that they're looking at me and my daughters, but I also didn't feel like I was doing enough to give back to them. So it popped in my head. I was like, oh, okay, so a mom and a daughter relationship is so complex. And I know that I'm speaking to a lot of moms and daughters out there. It's so complex to the point where I'm not seeing a lot of discussions about it. If it is, it's just discourse, but it's not like something dedicated to this particular conversation. So what I want to do is I want to start this Mommies and Daughters podcast, starting off with my two daughters, and I'm going to interview them and ask them some questions. I do not know the answers, so I'm hoping they don't throw me under the bus because I don't know the answers, but I'm hoping that I just want to hear a story. I just want, like, maybe a mom or daughter reaches out to either or and say, hey, let's watch this podcast together because it touches on a specific topic that resonates with them. And my hope is that it can change the trajectory of their relationship, whether it's good or they want it to be better, whatever the case may be. Even when a relationship is good with me and my daughters, there are still subjects that we kind of like sidestep and don't want to have a conversation about as moms and daughters. So I'm hoping that this podcast creates some sort of dialogue to help, if not just open the conversation. So we're going to get started. I'm going to ask my daughters these questions. Like I said, they sat together and they did their answers, or they FaceTime. I just don't know what they're going to say. So me and you guys are going to be finding out at the same exact time. Okay? Okay, so here goes nothing. Pray for me. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know which one of y'all. Now, I had put down names. I don't know which one of y'all is answering. So I guess y'all would have to, go through that. But what's something you appreciate most about our relationship? I don't know which one.
So for me, I would say it's two things that I would like to touch on. Definitely the support. I feel like the support that you've given us or me has really instilled a lot of confidence in me. It definitely impacts how I navigate day to day or bigger challenges and stuff. And also tough love. I feel like it's not tough to the point where like it's the right amount. I feel like I get soft love in other areas and stuff like that, but I think that tough love really helped me to be resilient in a lot of different ways. So I would say tough love and endless support.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? Let me just stop real quick. I just want to shout out my daughter. My daughter has a business. She owns her own business. Do you want to talk about Semaj Creators and talk about everything that you're doing right now? Because I'm so proud of her.
Sure. So I started Semaj Creators officially when I was 21. That's when my mom helped me get it LLC. But I've been creative directing, I would say, since I was about 18 after I graduated. It's a creative direction business. I take on clients, I help with brands. I don't know. I mean,
Talk about your school journey.
I'm currently enrolled at school for fashion merchandising and marketing. I also did a little bit of studying in textiles. I went back to school. My mom actually encouraged me to go back to school to get some more experience under my belt. And I love it. I mean, I love school. I've been able to put everything that I've been learning back into my business and help others. And yeah.
I mean, tell about so the piece of you going back to school, I told her that I think, it comes a time where it's time to scale your business, and her getting more knowledge about what it is, what part of creative directing that she wants to do. I just thought, why not just do it now? Because we don't always get the opportunity to go back to school. And while she has my support, my full support, this was just a great time to do it. So talk about the part of creative directing that you want to do that incorporates fashion.
I'd rather not.
Okay. She don't want to because she rebranding. So
not even that. I think that once I started school, it kind of opened my eyes to so many different avenues within creative direction and managing and marketing, and just, I think I felt so sure about what I wanted to do before I went to school, and now I'm just kind of figuring it out. So I am rebranding. I definitely want to take it in the direction of fashion, but I've been exploring some other directions currently. Definitely a lot of collaboration, representation, history, culture, storytelling. So I'm really just figuring it out. It's not even that I'm kind of gatekeeping. It's just the overall objective is to make everything really, like you said, impactful, and just being very intentional with future projects and campaigns. So.
And Sahara, my youngest. So Sahara, do you want to talk about what it is that you're doing? I mean, Sahara basically is my ride or die. She be with me while we be creating this content. We always out and about. She's getting a job this summer where she's going to be doing, you see the little, she's getting a job this summer where she's going to be doing social media for another company, but is work ready boost program. So she got the job because of what we already do. So it was like, oh, you already create content? So she got the job. But I say influencing. Sahara used to model. That's how I got my manager, because I was managing Sahara modeling and helped managing Semaj business. And my son is a videographer, photographer. Shout out to him. His name is Aquil. I was managing both of their businesses and brands. And so that's how I got the name My Manager Glow. And I think it kind of, one of your friends, I think it was, I'm not sure who said Mama Glow, and I just turned it into, Alizé. So shout out to Alizé. She was calling me Mama Glow. So I turned it into My Manager Glow. I don't know how that happened, but it just happened. But do you want to say anything about what you're doing?
Yeah, modeling, I haven't been doing as much, but I do want to get back into that during the summer. I feel like boarding school has limited me kind of from doing it as much, but this summer, I definitely want to try to do more modeling because it's actually like really fun. And some of the experiences that I have been at is just, I've been missing it a lot, and I do want to go back to modeling. I do like influencing. It's really fun. I like creating videos, especially like, I like it because it's like inspiring to other girls who watch me, and I like the comments and like, just, yeah. But I do want to go back to modeling. I do influencing, skincare videos, hair, like clothes, stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there. My mom, daughter, so, you know. All right, so I'm gonna ask the next question. What's the time you felt really supported or encouraged by me? Which one? Who's that?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
I think when I decided I wanted to become an entrepreneur, I think that takes a lot of faith and sacrifice and support. And I just felt like, I don't know, you give me all of that really. Like, you let me make my mistakes within it. A lot of people do not have, I look at it as kind of like a luxury. They don't have the luxury to just be able to become a full-time entrepreneur at such a young age. I think as far as the support, it was never, what I admire is that it's never really about the money. It's just showing up and making sure that we're always giving it our best. Like, it doesn't matter what I want to do at all, as long as I'm always showing up, giving my best. And I think at the end of the day, it's more important to you the kind of people that we become versus the success. And she's very patient because you know, you want to see some type of investment, like, you know, income from it and stuff like that in due time. But
Right.
yeah, it's just,
It's easy because I know y'all gonna be stars. So I get my money on the back end.
yeah. But it's definitely like, how do you show up as a person? Do you give it your all? And she's constantly pushing me to like explore new opportunities and just always put myself out there. Like, that's like the most important. So
I'm liking these answers so far, so good. Sahara, did you want to answer that too or not?
I had this, well, it's like the same question, but it was like, well, what do you do that makes me feel most understood or heard by you? Say a different question. Oh, yeah, it was like the second year we got the same questions, but like it was said differently. But I said, listen to me vent or like telling you about certain things, or you're just giving me feedback. Yeah, that really what makes me feel heard. Like, yeah, just you listening to me. And just like when we have like real talks and stuff like that, and you give me advice or you tell me about stuff that happened to you and we could kind of relate. Yeah.
Okay. Except for when you talk about plate tectonics, whatever that is. I don't know what she be talking about. She be always talking about schoolwork. I have no clue what she means. Let's see. What's one thing you like to do more of together? I think it is so important for us to travel. Yes. I would love for us to travel more together. I think that us getting that experience together and making memories and just really, I don't know, I feel like traveling is so important. So I would love for us. Because I like when we went to New York, we had a good time, yeah. And so I know like people online, they be like, the trip made it out the group chat, like, right? So we need to like just pick a place and just make it. Also, yeah. We are. We're going to definitely travel, trust me. Yeah. Definitely. Let me see. What is something you admire about me? Okay. What I admire, I think that knowledge is power, and I admire that you are always learning. I feel like that benefits
all of us in ways that we don't even realize it sometimes. You are always trying to better yourself and really everyone around you. So I feel like always seeking knowledge and just wanting to learn, and that's, yeah, I really admire, because I feel like I take that and I use that and then I try to go and instill that in other people, and so definitely always seeking out knowledge. That's the reason I'm in school again.
Right.
But like, so.
And those you don't know, not only do I do content, I'm a social media manager, but what that means to me is that not only do I create content, I study it. So I come in the morning, and the first thing I'll do, I'm always reading about like the latest upgrade, like the latest updates to social media, like Instagram and TikTok. I'm always reading about algorithm updates, just anything that encompasses what is being done when it comes to social media. I don't use editing apps. I edit in my phone. Like, I'm very traditional in that sense. And if I am editing, I'm editing on the platform that I'm actually posting in. So I do, Semaj is right. I'm always trying to learn about my craft because I think it's very important. Because we are building a brand I'm building a brand with my daughters, and we are building a brand together. And that means it's constant learning and learning curves. So yeah.
And that goes way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Way back. Even before content. Yeah.
That's
absolutely. Yeah.
It's always been
just learning about business and things like that. So yeah. Okay.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Sahara. I'm sorry. Go ahead, boo.
I hear you say your perseverance and consistency. I feel like you always stay on top of things. You always stay on top of me. Like, it'd be like the little things, like waking us up early in the morning, making sure I got all my stuff for school. I feel like I really admire that about you. And I love that you always, like, you just always remind me about certain stuff. And yeah.
I want to piggyback on it because sometimes
we real podcasters now. I want to piggyback on that.
Only because, like, it's funny because, I mean, we're daughters. So it's like in our nature to be like, ugh, like, yeah, she want us to do this, or to do that. Yeah. And then it's funny to see how, like, I go and do the exact same thing with my friends. Like, I'm so mom-like with them. So it's like, she come in with like 50 different things for us to do, and I'm like, and then I'm like literally mimicking the same things, and it is so helpful. So I definitely, that consistency is right there.
When it comes to boarding school, like, all the stuff you teach me, like at home and stuff about making sure you put stuff back where you put it. When I go to school, it's like I feel like I'm mimicking you, because it's like, at school, I had to do things a certain way for things to go right. Like, I'm not good at rushing, because if I rush, I forget stuff. So I have to make sure I do everything the same day, the same way every single day. And I feel like that really comes from you, especially like being on me about making sure you put this back, making sure you do that.
Yeah, I was noticing that lately with Sahara, like making sure when she pulls stuff out, she'll pull out 5, 6, 7, 20 different things, and it just be all in around. I'm like, use one thing, put it back. Use it, put it back. So she has been doing really good with that. But yeah, yeah, I mean, it works for me. Organization works. So yeah.
It's very particular in that way.
Yeah.
I like it.
Let me see. Okay, let me read another question. From your perspective, what's unique about our mother-daughter relationship compared to your friends' relationships with their moms?
I love Hera's answer.
Oh,
we're gonna let her go first.
Okay, go ahead, Hera.
I said never putting, like, what I've seen with some of my friends is that, you know, like, when it comes to like having a stepdad or a male in the house, sometimes it could get a little complicated and things can happen. I love that you never put a male over us, anyone. Like, you made sure that you never put no one before us. Also, like, yeah, I just really like that about what you do. You just never put anyone before us. You would always, like, sometimes I hear stories leave like, my stepdad, you just sort of yelled at me. I'm like, I'm out there. She don't even she don't let me in the house. I've never had to knock on the door or make sure brothers' house. There's never nobody in the house but my mom. So it's like I have to worry about coming home from school and seeing somebody in the house. And even if there is something, you would introduce us to them. And I haven't seen nobody in the house since like, oh no.
Never seen nobody in the house. I'm about to say, I never had a man in the house in 14 years, and that's how old Sahara is. Never had a man in the house. Semaj saw her dad,
Right.
and then Quill saw your dad.
Right.
Yeah.
These were people that you were actually with.
Yeah.
I love the answer. I mean, I don't even know how I didn't think of it.
I know. I tell people that all the time. Like, my daughters don't even got to knock on my door. They can come in. She can come at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They know it's not going to be a man laying in my bed.
Yeah, I've never felt uncomfortable. Never felt like, you know, you were putting partners above us and stuff like that. And that's probably why I slipped my mind, because it just seems so normal. Not even me. It was definitely boundaries and even just like introducing us to people. Like it's definitely very respectful, and I definitely appreciate that. So
okay, think I'm doing a good job. Okay, let's see. What's something I do that makes you feel most understood or heard by me? But I think that's the one you already answered. Okay, let's go to another one. What's the time when you felt I gave you the right amount of space, and why was that important?
So for me, it was while I was grieving. I mean, I still am. And I won't get into the details, but I think that was very important. I feel like so often people are told how they should grieve and what that timeline looks like, and that process for me. You experienced something very similar with my father. So you were very respectful in that way and allowed me to kind of just grieve in the way that I needed to, and gave me the space that I needed to, but was also on me, just making sure that I didn't like
fall into depression.
Yeah, exactly. And I've seen that before, like when I came home from school from New York and stuff like that. You did not play that. I mean, you're very understanding of our feelings, and you understand that we need to have those moments, but you never let us sit in those moments. And I think that was really important. And so I would definitely say during that process, because that's ongoing, and that's support. Yeah,
I be doing these things unbeknownst to me. I don't know. Like, it's crazy that it took a podcast for me to hear this stuff, because like I said, moms and daughters don't really have these kind of conversations. And it's like, I want this dialogue to be open. You know, I never know what y'all feeling or whatever. I just do what I know as a mom. So yeah. How comfortable do you feel coming to me with different kind of problems and challenges? Now this will get a little dicey.
Okay.
Sahara, you answered that one too?
Okay. So overall, I know that I could come to you with anything. I don't say this with exaggeration at all. No one has my back more than my mama does. Like, that is a fact. I love my friends, I love my family, but no one is coming to my aid like my mom is. So I know that without a doubt, I can come to you with any problem. It's more of a personal thing that I am just so, like, I'm so reserved. So it's like the craziest things could happen to me, and if I'm not, I be
finding out like years later.
Yeah, this happened.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you do that on your own?
Yes.
But in reality, I know that I could like come to you immediately when something happens. And as I've gotten older, I do that a lot more now. I call her 50 times a day. About nothing.
Nothing. The weather, what should she wear every morning? Yes.
We hanging out all of a sudden logically.
Yes.
Yes.
I need a jacket up.
Yeah.
I need to put a jacket on. Can I have my rainbows on? Is it too cold to do this? And oh my goodness, my teacher did this. And da 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 da. And like right then and there. And then even when it's like huge situations, it's like, and that's probably why I know sometimes to keep some things reserved, because she will come to my aid in need. So
I know where I
always fear other people.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why.
Because once it gets to her, it's like
I'm going to war. I'm loud. I'm working on that. But I know that's why a lot of the times, like, my daughter don't tell me stuff. And when she's telling me, I'm in my head thinking that I want to cut this person out, this other person out, or say something, but
she be like, you're so nice. Like,
yeah.
you are above things.
Yeah.
I'd be like, don't even say anything.
Yep, don't say
nothing.
Yep.
I'm just going to ignore it, and she be ready to
go to war. I be ready to go all.
I'm like, I don't even want that.
Yeah. So I think that's me. That's more or less. You wanted to answer that one, Tiara? Oh God.
Okay, so I didn't let everything here, but I said,
okay, so first I'll say, I would tell you anything. Like, if it really came to it, I would tell you anything. But sometimes there's things where, like, I tell Maji because I feel like she could relate a little bit more because she's like around the same age as me. But I do feel the opposite. Around the same age, me, like, you know, she's
She's your older sister. You're supposed to go with her with some stuff.
Yeah, but then I would like come through. I would probably say, like, if I was feeling good, like a 10. But like, sometimes it would be like,
say it. I told you, I'm not getting on here acting like I'm some perfect mom. I be fucking up too sometimes, so go ahead.
You be trying to be like a lecture. I'm like,
a lecture, I know.
Like, some things, like, sometimes I do make mistakes, and there's like little things I might do, and if I come to you and like you get on me about those mistakes, and sometimes I want to do like a fun story and I'm telling you, or you just like laughing about it, instead you be like, no, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, okay, so sometimes I do.
Yeah, I know.
Especially it's just like something about like my age group and like something about with my friends or something, I might go to Maji about it. But if it's like something that happened to me, like experience or anything about that, yeah, you call for a solution, I'd be like, she just irritated the situation more.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't call my mom right.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to figure it out and then call her back when I got the solution. But I'm realizing we're daughters, you're mom. Like, that's just a mom.
Man, that's sometimes. I feel comfortable with you telling your sister. Like, if it's something that is going to harm you or something or whatever, I know your sister is going to let me know, but she's going to let me know in a different way where it might come different coming from you than coming from her. So that's what you have a sister for. Like, tell somebody. My whole thing is don't keep it to yourself. Like, tell somebody.
Thank you for giving me siblings. I could not imagine
me
being an only child.
Oh my God.
I think that is, shout out to the
only child. Yes.
I need my siblings. Like, I think that is.
Yeah, Sahara definitely needs you. Semaj says she's going to adopt Sahara when she turns 16, or she's taking Sahara.
Yeah, no, that's something that I look forward to. I need partial custody
of her, but I gotta still send my money. She's not sending no money. I still gotta send. Okay, we'll see. Let me see. Okay, what's a way that you feel I've grown or changed as a mom over the years?
Communication. I feel like you are a lot more receptive to things. I feel like honestly, I feel like we both can be very defensive. So I think that we both have calmed down, we communicate, and we can agree to disagree, but that's still healthy as well. I feel like the communication is way better. You take a minute to really hear what we have to say, you process it, and I definitely feel like that's it.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on patience and communication. Yeah. Patience, number one, because I don't have no patience whatsoever. What kind of support do you value from me at this stage in your life?
I would say it's the space. I feel like you're helping me to really come into the world. Honestly, you're step by step, but it's not like overbearing. So I will also say that's probably another way that you've grown and stuff like that. Like, sometimes I need that control, and then when to kind of like draw it back. So there's a lot of changes going on for me and a lot of decisions and stuff like that. And you've been very just supportive in those ways. Like, okay, this is what you want to do, then let's try to figure it out and stuff like that. You kind of are taking my wishes and just kind of helping me navigate it versus like kind of trying to control so right now it's definitely been the space I feel like that's been really healthy for us. I mean, I miss you guys.
Yes.
I definitely miss you guys, but it's allowed me to like kind of make the mistakes and really just figure out myself with that support.
Right.
So
I got that. Yeah, I'm trying. Even though I be wanting to input, I just like, let me shut my big mouth. Sahara, what's something you wish I understood about your generation or the things you're going through?
Okay, we just talked about this, but okay, so it's kind of a hard one. So I do know that our generation is a bit different than
A lot different.
generations. I said that
not too much on them.
I know.
I was raising them.
Yeah.
I do agree that when it comes to our generation's manners, respect, maturity, boundaries, and behavior, it can be a major factor in the way you look at things or how you like let me do certain things. And I feel like that's what's misunderstood. It's like I feel like it's not. I don't know how to put it, but I feel like it's not everybody. Maybe because I'm not as like out as much, so I don't really know about the kids in my generation. But from like, and this is kind of like not as big, but like being at track meets with like other schools and like seeing how they act, and I low key, it wasn't as bad. Like it wasn't as bad. That's what I had to say. Like, I had to check me. I was thinking, all these kids are gonna be so mean and like stuff like that. Cause being in a private school, it's like, it's different. So I'm not really like
In the mix.
yeah, I'm not in the mix with like the fighting and stuff. The last time I had a fight in our school, like 2 years ago. Like I'm not able to like it don't be fights, it just be arguments. We never had a fight in our school. We don't have fights. It's no like I don't really see as much as I see on like social media, stuff like that. It might be different at other schools, and I feel like I'm kind of sheltered in boarding school, so I don't see it as much. But I feel like a major thing for me that opened me up to like seeing other generations, to see how they act, was being at track meets and stuff like that. Cause I saw other schools and how they do stuff and their behavior and stuff like that. And it do get a little like,
A little wild.
yeah, it do get a little wild.
Yeah, so I think
What I've seen, but really it's just about so like older people like your generation is so messed up and this and it's like when I just said like who's really raising this? So it's like I don't really feel like it's more so the kids. It might be the people that's raising them. It might be the kids though. But like I mean, if you raising a child, like my mom has raised me to be respectful, have manners, all that, and we see how I turned out. So it's like it might be a little bit with the kid, but I mean it's the environment they're in.
well, typically, so you're 14, but I'm 51. And that's not normal. Like, that doesn't always happen. It's like, for the most part, somebody younger than me is raising someone your age. So it's because I'm 51 and I'm raising a 14-year-old is why I think, too, you have a lot of the same attributes that your sister has, because I raised y'all kind of the same, you know what I mean? Even though y'all are in two different sort of generations. Different generations, right. But you have the same mom that has the same ethics and morals. So that's what the difference is. So I do understand, like, you are sheltered, I'm not gonna lie. I don't let her walk to the store by herself and none of that type of stuff. And she doesn't know, you know, like she said at the track meets, because she goes to boarding school, she sees how the other kids may act or whatever. And it's far different from what she's used to. But she do a little street smart in her. So I'll see what we're gonna do about that. But yeah, you do. You need a little street smart.
It's like I don't have. I mean,
This child walks out in the street and don't even look.
I do.
No, you really don't.
But y'all see, like, when I'm by myself, though, it's certain times when I'm by myself and I am, but y'all, it's like, when I'm around y'all, I don't do it as much because I feel like y'all got my back.
So that's the thing. You gotta still have your guard up because we won't always be there. So in order for us to give you that freedom, we have to witness it. I can't go based off of what you do by yourself because I don't even know that it's 100% correct. You know, I gotta see it so that we can feel comfortable because it's crazy.
It's crazy out now, yeah.
What it was when I was even, I mean, it was still a little bit crazy when I was your age, but I had the freedom to go downtown with my friends and go out on the weekends and stuff like this. So you gotta have the extra layer of protection.
Like one time, Sahara wanted to go to a park and with her friend, and I told her yeah, but then I said it was like a bunch of boys in the park, and they had like this motorbike, and the young girls was riding on the motorbike. But then I said to her, "What if one of the little boys tried to talk to you? Like, what would you do?" And she said she would just say, like, walk away or like, I don't want to talk to you. And I said, see, sometimes you can't do that because unfortunately, they might get an attitude. I said, there's a way to handle that and there's a way to finesse that situation, but you don't know that. So that's why, you know, and you got to feel the atmosphere to know what your response should be. And that's one of the reasons why I said no, because I don't think she's ready. She do need more street smarts behind her. Semaj definitely got street smarts. She was out more, and then with her family, the Woodsons. Yeah, she definitely got street smarts, so yeah.
And it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all, yeah.
Out on a whole bunch of stuff, you do quite a lot. So I could understand wanting that, like, a little bit of like independence and stuff like that, but you know, you're not like missing out.
Yeah, you're really not. Let me ask another question. Let's see. What's something you learned from our relationship that you now apply to your own relationship or life? But you kind of said that, like with your friends and stuff like that. Am I saying the same thing?
I can kind of add to that though. I think that within like our relationship, going back to like having my back and like loyalty and just also seeing how you are as a person, I approach every situation, every person, every new project with the intention of wanting to give it my all. So I feel like that's something I learned from you. Like, you show up and give 150, 250 every single time. So there's a lot of things that I might turn down, and sometimes you do not like that, but I'm like, if I don't feel for it, then I just won't do it because I always want to like give it my best. And that shows up in like relationships as well. Like, you're the type of person, and you even extend that grace to my friends or people that I bring to you. Like, hey, I really support what this person is doing, and I know that you have the resources or you have the knowledge to be able to kind of help them. And so once you're like on board, it's like you're 100%. And that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, once I bring her in, it's like, you gotta like press and play. So I do the same thing with other people. Like, even if it's not a business relationship, just with friends in general, because that's how you are with us. My friends know, like, we friends. Like, I'm showing up, and whatever you have going on, like, I want to give my full support. Or so I just always try to show up and really give a lot of dedication to things and stuff.
So I'm gonna ask Sahara, what's a piece of advice I've given you that has stuck with you the most?
Oh, okay. To that one, mine was to ignore people who want to get the better of me, and also to avoid gossiping.
That's a big one, gossip.
So, like, I feel like fifth and sixth grade was the toughest time for me when it came to friends and stuff like that, and like having people that aren't my friends and how to deal with that. Now the grade I'm in, I don't have nobody that's not my friend or like any enemies or people that I don't mess with, so I'm fine. But when it came to like some other grades, it was like people that I wasn't cool with, I didn't know how to deal with it. And I think when I came to mommy about it, the thing she always told me was to ignore people. And I feel like that really has helped me because I've always been trying, like, even now, I'm always a bigger person when it comes to certain stuff. Like, when I get into like little situations with my friends, I'm always either the first to apologize or like, I'm always the bigger person. I also think that gossiping.
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way about gossiping. And I had to instill that in y'all. Like I had to, because that gossiping literally ruined relationships that I had with best friends and stuff. So I did not want to see them go down that same road. So go ahead.
That hurt. What the fact that she told me that, whenever it comes to like gossiping, I keep that in the back of my head. So it's like whenever me and my friends are talking and it might turn into something else, I always remember like, should I really be doing this? Should I talk about this person? Because I feel like bad things come back to England, it comes back to you. And I've learned the hard way. Like I said some things and then something happened, I'd be like, that's probably what I get for talking about Semaj. That's like, but yeah, gossiping and just ignore people because the school I'm at, it's like the tolerance for behavior. I don't want to ruin my scholarship because something could have been avoided or because I wanted to sit up here and argue with somebody or I wanted to fight them. But it could have been, or that could have been avoided if I just ignored them or walked away from the situation.
Yeah, I second that. I feel like I definitely have bowed out of a lot of situations gracefully.
Yes.
That, and I feel like I've gotten that a lot even as a kid. Like you said, just people, I don't want to take accountability for my part in situations, but definitely feeling like people would treat me a certain way. And even now, and I've just learned to ignore it because I know from you that for the most part, that's something that they're dealing with. And like you said, you don't get anything out of gossiping or she definitely approaches, like I said earlier, like when I need her, she's coming and I'm sparing other people, but at the same time, she definitely handles a lot of situations with kindness and people with kindness. Even when sometimes, I mean, who am I to say, but like sometimes it doesn't feel like they're deserving of it. And so I've definitely
been not to jealous time, but
but it benefits you in the end.
It benefits me in the end. So it's just, I feel like being nice, being above it, I get my blessings. A lot of people just don't understand that concept, but like I said, I learned the hard way. And when Sahara say ignoring people, what I tell her is that sometimes when someone is doing something to you, it's not about you, it's about them. And I try to let her know, don't take it personal, because it's not always personal. I've had friends do things to me because they were going through something with their significant other, stuff like that. So basically, that's what it's more or less about.
That's where I got that from, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you say that. I say that to people all the time.
Yeah.
Do not take it personal. Like, it's not
Don't take it personal
about you. You never know what somebody might even be going through that day or whatever the case is.
Right.
You know you. So.
Right, especially if you didn't do anything to them.
Right.
Yeah. But go ahead, Margie, was something else you wanted to say? And we can wrap up.
If I said this already, but
I thought you were going to talk about my support of you.
Of just anything, right?
Or converting and stuff, because that's something big that a lot of people see on my page that I get a lot of comments about, thousands of them. Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about it.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I think that, I mean, okay, I feel like the only reason why I didn't specify it is because there's not a time where you pick and choose what you want to support. So when I made that decision, there wasn't any second guessing. I wasn't like really hesitant on how to approach you and tell you. Like, it was like a no-brainer to you. Like, if that's what you want to do, like, why not?
Right.
Like, it almost felt like what took so long, like, type of conversation. So for me, it's like there's a lot of things like that Sahara brought up and stuff like that that I probably didn't mention because it just feels so normal. But definitely in that transition, I would say you've been supportive and you continue to try to be supportive, really all of you guys, because it's something that I'm taking on, becoming Muslim and stuff like that. And but you guys do your best to try to like be very supportive of that, because it's really a transition for all of us in a way, even if you guys aren't Muslim. Like the household dynamic or how we spend time together, or even things that I'm learning that I'm like, you know, just kind of feeding back to you and stuff. So I feel like, you know, when I made that decision and I called her, it wasn't like, how am I gonna tell my mom that and after you posted the videos, I realized that there was like a struggle that a lot of people have, not being able to share that. And I mean, in addition to you, like 90% of my family is already Muslim and are continuing to become Muslim and stuff. So I feel like they also played a part in it, but I didn't realize so many people had to hide that and didn't feel comfortable and stuff. And I called you right up and I was like, hey, like I had a conversation with a friend who just gave me a different perspective on it and cleared up any misconceptions that I had. And it was like, okay. So and then you took me right to the store and you helped me pick out abayas, and I'm just as colorblind when it comes to trying to find shades that match. And you went in there with me and you helped me find abayas, and it was like, Ramadan is coming up and how can I be as supportive in this? And so you're at the market getting a whole bunch of stuff and just very, very supportive. But that's not to ramble, but that's literally with anything. I feel like there's nothing that I couldn't accomplish that my heart desired, because you was just like, I want to go to New York. Okay, it's always solution based. How are we going to get this done? Right. It's never like that's impossible. I never felt like anything was impossible. So I thought I was a superstar when I was 3. So
she sure did. I wish I could have them pictures. Semaj used to be like superstar. Yes,
I literally have felt like anything was possible. So I do not take that lightly. And after, I think the social media in a way really helped that, for like kind of open my eyes up to that, to not take it lightly, because it's not common.
Yes, I have thousands of comments. I didn't even know that was a thing. Your video is 4.2 million views. That's my highest video, with people commenting or mostly saying that they did not have a supportive parent, mostly a mom, when they decided to, you know, convert to being a Muslim. Yeah, and it's so disheartening. I was just like, I can't believe, like, why? And you know, the videos that I make, I just be speaking from the heart. I just don't understand. That's your child. Like, how you can't support your child, no matter what the different, you know, you might think this religion or that. Like, I'm not gonna get all into it, but that's my child. So I'm gonna support her regardless. I don't care, it doesn't matter. She's praying to God, like I said in my video. You can't ask for anything more better than that, you know, so yeah.
He never like forced me to grow up earlier than I had to. I mean, Sahara is getting a job now because I think it's something that she enjoys. But
yeah,
even as a teenager,
it's never like, yeah, you gotta go get.
Yeah, and it goes back to saying like how it's never about the money, it's more about who we are as a person. So I didn't work as a teenager because you wanted to make sure that I remained a kid and that I would have my entire life to work, and I know that now. So, and it would come, yeah. So it was like before, it was like, no, like, you want to dance, you don't want anything else to take away from the things that I wanted to do. Or, I also am not as active on social media as they would like me to be. So I don't think I ever gave like a proper thank you for the comments and the love and the support of those videos, because wow, like,
yeah, it is. It's amazing.
It
is. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, no,
I did put a comment at the top of one of them on Instagram because you can pin comments on Instagram and not TikTok. And I just was like, I just think that the community, the Muslim community, has been the most supportive and gracious. Like, I absolutely love them down. I've never seen, they have given us, our page, so much support. And when I post the videos about Semaj, I mean, and I believe that our success, besides Semaj praying for us and stuff, an overwhelming amount of prayers from them has catapulted a lot of things that are happening for us. I truly believe that in my heart, because I spoke from the heart in those videos. And I do believe that.
So I thank everyone. And I think a lot of those comments, that's probably another reason why I'm a little more reserved on social media, because it helped me accountable to just be mindful of what I put out there. And that's something I'm always learning as well. But thank you guys, because it definitely helped me to want to become a better Muslim and just in general a better person. And yeah.
Okay, I think that's basically it. Not unless Sahara, you got anything else you wanted to say?
One question.
Go ahead.
What's the best way for me to support your interests and passions?
Oh yeah, what's the best way for me to support your interests and passions?
Okay, so I didn't even really write anything down, because when I saw this question, I immediately knew what I was gonna say. But one thing that you do that I love is, like, you know that I like to take on a lot of challenges and do a lot of stuff. So, like, especially like sports. I first saw it when I started modeling, how you just make sure everything is there. Like, let's make sure we have this. You pack everything. You make sure I have all this stuff, so that, like, what if this shirt don't fit? Oh, I got this. Like, when I first started with modeling, like, and the designer was like, oh, we need these shirts. I have the shoes. My mom had like 30 different shoes we wear. It was like, okay. And then it was like, I love when I have, like, even when it comes to academics, like when I have celebrating success, or like you just coming and showing up for me, I love that. When I had cheer games, you being there. When I have something recent that I really liked is when I had a check meet, and you bring the cooler and the food. It was just like, okay, I feel like you really like supported me and you really show interest. And then when I tell you about it, you like, oh, okay, I see what you gotta do. This is like, it's just, I like when you're there. It's like, you give me advice on, like, so here, like when I'm doing cheer, like make sure you have the strap for your glasses so your glasses don't fall off, like stuff like that, little stuff like that.
So I show a lot of interest and passion. Yeah, basically, that's what she's saying. I do. I go all in. I really do. When Semaj was dancing, what? I don't miss not one single show. She danced in school. I was always there. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, yep. So I think that's it. I think people kind of got the idea of our relationship. I did want to do this unscripted. I didn't want to know the answers. I did want y'all to see our relationship in real time and hear from them exactly how they feel about me, since I'm always posting and I'm talking about them. So that's it. Yeah. So we got another episode coming up. Thank you. Just because you're my daughters, you didn't have to do this, but I really thank you guys. I love you so much. I'm so proud of my daughters. We have so much more to come. Just stay tuned. Please subscribe to our Mommies and Daughters podcast. This is going to be ever going topics of mom and daughter relationships. Some topics are going to be hard. I'm going to be interviewing a bunch of moms and daughters. Sahara is going to interview a bunch of friends, teens her age, to kind of get an idea about teenager mom relationships and what some teen girls be thinking about their moms for real. So yeah, we got all that coming up. I want to shout out my camera crew. They behind the scenes, but I'm going to make them, y'all going to see them on video. They are awesome. They helped me pull this together. This is our first episode. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you guys how excited I am. And it's only up from here. So thank you guys for watching, and until the next episode.